So I read a really interesting thing in this book called The 4 Hour Work Week from Tim Ferriss. And he talks about doing the unrealistic and how it's easier than doing the realistic. And now let me explain this. The way he explains it in the book, which I'll explain it pretty much the same way just because it's so easy and it makes so much sense. He talks about how in the common life, the common lifespan, a person, will get a 9 to 5 job, work 30 to 40 hours or 80, whatever, 90 hours a week and work for 25 plus years. And there's a lot of competition. And that's the realistic thing to do is, get a nice paying job, work your way up. But where he makes his point is saying that that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people pursue that life because it's promising. It has a lot of security that you can make good money and you can work your way up and get in good positions and eventually retire with a nice steady income. But the thing is, there's so many people who actually go after that the competition is so high. Now, this is when the unrealistic comes into play, where he talks about trying to start your own business or do your own thing completely from scratch, and how it's easier in the sense that very few people do it. It's like the 80-20 rule, like I've talked about in other videos. 80% of people will do work that is only making 20% of the wealth. And then 20% of the people in the world will be making 80% of the wealth because they're the uncommon, because not as many people go after that. And that's why it's almost easier to be unrealistic in your goals, in your life, in your aspirations and dreams and your success, because the people who want to be unrealistic and actually go for it every single day, they have a better chance of actually succeeding because their margins of people who they're competing with are very low, extremely low. Like, for example, like right here, it says the fishing is best where the fewest go, and the collective insecurity of the world makes it easy for people to hit home runs while everyone else is aiming for base hits. There is just less competition for bigger goals. Doing big things begins with asking for them properly. So it's really interesting. Also, another thing he says, having an unusually large goal is an adrenaline infusion that provides the endurance to overcome the inevitable trials and tribulations that go along with any goal. Realistic goals restricted to the average ambition level, are uninspiring and will only fuel you through the first or second problem, at which point you throw in the towel. So let that be enough motivation to you guys to realize that the competition for doing what you want to do, that you absolutely love in life, is way less than what everyone else is doing. And go where less fish are. You go where more fishes are, where you could fish and actually hit one, versus going to the pond where the 15 fishermen are. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. It makes sense to me. It makes sense when I read it. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Anyways, thanks for listening to video 117, and I'll catch you in the video tomorrow. Also, if this made a difference in your life, guys, I did my job, and share it with a friend. Because if it did make a difference, that's all I'm asking for. That's why I do these videos, if you didn't know already. Anyways, have a great night. Catch you later.